Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Golden Bunny, you're the real Dharma. Hmm, fake Dharma, actually. And Luca Charles, welcome to the stream. Hey, are you guys fighting? We're just starting out and you guys are fighting. Ridiculous. Anyway, good morning, folks. Welcome to the year-end review. The review is a little bit different. I don't think I'll be drawing today because I couldn't think of anything to draw, so it just makes sense to just take a moment to, well, not take a moment, use the live stream to check out how I've done so far in the year. The thing is, I don't have anything from January, so the earliest I have is around February of this year. You're currently sick? Aw. Well, buddy, I hope you get well soon. I hope it's not, you know, the Rona. Ugh. Drink plenty of fluids, have some tea. What tea would work here? Well, if you're coughing, honey in your tea would work. Green tea is good for inflammatory problems. What else is there? Yeah, you definitely need a lot of vitamin C to recover from your sickness. Hey, no fighting! Seriously! Gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna look at all my old pictures from the year and just take a look at how I improved. This is my OC. His name is Leodis. Just forgot to drink water after eating sweets. Hey, eating sweets while you're sick? I know it makes you feel better, but it doesn't make you actually better. So Leodis here is from February of... the 21st of February. This is one of my practice head portraits. I can tell that his face is looking a little weird. Looking too flat, especially on the right side of his face here. So, I think hair has improved. Head structure could use a bit work. Facial structure could use a lot more work. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about him. I didn't open it. Let me see. This was from 28th of February. This looks a lot better, except I still think the left side of the face still doesn't look quite right. The hair seems a bit over detailed, even though at the time I did like it, but I think too many lines is a bit distracting in the hair. Yeah, this one is better, but I still could have done a bit more in regards to his eyes, especially here. This should pop out a bit more, as well as this to follow through. I had these open twice. This was from March. This is when I decided to change his hair. Since this is a straight on view, the face looks a bit better. I think the bridge of the nose, I think the eyebrows are too close together. As well as the nose being improperly placed, especially the nasal bone here, the cavity. Not enough space between the side of his head and the front of his face. But I did like the way his hairstyle turned out. I think I was more focused on his hairstyle than anything else. Welcome to the stream, Backrooms Level. And welcome to the stream, Dharma. Yes, these are some of my old drawings from the beginning of the year. So what you just saw was from February, and this is from March. So I'm just going through my folder of all the things I've done in the year. Mostly on stream. And see how much I've improved. This was from, let's see, this is from April. This is when I decided to add busts inside of the portraits. I think this one has too much chest and not enough head, but it turned out fairly well. I still think I over detail with too many lines in the hair. His hair needs a bit more volume here. The face looks fine. It could be a bit better. Shoulders are a bit too small, but overall it turned out okay. Yeah, it's in comparison from old to new. That's how it is. This is an end of the year review of all my work. So this was from the end of May. It's a little bit better now. I've stopped using too many lines in the hair. I've used some shadows to separate the hair from the body. This was pretty good. I think the eye needs to be better placed. Still too close to the edge of his ear here. It should be pushed a little bit forward, I think. But overall, it looks pretty good. That straight hairline, I can feel that. Yeah. Oh, line, excuse me. Yes. So I think this is where I started having a bit more fun with the hair, especially since I stopped using all those lines to separate every single part. Just working in pieces made the most sense. And this is when I tried to make him look semi-realistic. I think this was a flop, mostly because his eyes are still too big and the lips are a bit detailed incorrectly. You should check your improvement as well. Exactly. You should always take time to see how much you improved, especially throughout the year. I think I could have done this a lot better, especially since with the face being too large. And I think that's it for him. Let me see. This one? This was also back in February. The front of her hair looks a little bit strange. Right here. Looks strange. Black with blue eyes. What's up with that? I was just experimenting with color mostly, but I do like that aesthetic. People probably say it's a down-improvement, not an improvement, a down-improvement. A down-improvement. Okay. I'm looking at this, and the worst part is definitely her bangs here. I do like the way the ears came out. I like that feather effect. I probably could have done a bit more with it. The face is not quite right. I think the eyes are a bit too close together. Hairpin is fine. Everything else seems okay. Close this one. Here. This is also back in... Yes, February. The end of February. This was a head-on pose. Again, too much detail in the hair, too much detail in the bangs. Not enough volume in the hair, I think. The face looks okay. The chin could be better. The glasses could be a little bit neater and a little bit smaller. Overall, I think this was just only okay. This one. Why did you do that? Is this in the right order? No, that's from... Oh, yes, this is the right order. This is from March. Again, once again near the end of the month. How will you redesign them? I don't know yet. Because I do plan on redesigning this character specifically. I haven't decided on how I want her clothes to be. I still want her clothes to be that athletic type because that's how I view her. But I haven't finalized how I want it to be because when you think about it, realistically, athletic clothing isn't too flashy. It's pretty much a monocolor and has a little bit of iconography on them, but other than that, they're not very. They don't stand out that much, which is fine. But I have to like take a look at what I can make out of this. Let's see. I think this was pretty okay. Face could be, well, it's mostly the cheek and the chin here. Could use a bit of work. Everything else looks alright with me. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this one. I keep jumping to that one. This is from... Yeah, this is from April. This is where I changed a bit. Her eyes are uneven, and I realized that one of them is smaller than the other. This one's smaller than the other. The expression, I kind of flopped on that one. The hair seems okay. And the torso seems okay too, but I should have been a bit more astute when it comes to her face. Because that's the part that's the most lacking. Also, I realized the ears aren't exactly right size. Yikes. When you draw eyes too close, I feel like the character is more childish. Yeah. Yeah, in a sense, that would be in the fact that you get. Like, sometimes kids do look like their eyes are too close to each other. Or it just looks kind of amateurish. In my case, it does look amateurish. But here, the eyes are uneven. The eyebrows are a little bit too close, actually, when I think about it. They're not really aligned with the eyes properly. And the glasses, they look a lot neater. I think they're still a little bit too big. Yeah, they just stare juice. Just close. Am I up to date yet? No. Alright, this is also from... I'm sorry, this is from May, early in the month. I wanted to do a full body of her. I feel that this was a bit too stiff. I don't really like the way the hair came out. The face came out a little bit better than the previous one, but again, I don't quite like the way it turned out. I think everything does seem proportional to each other. But I think I could have done a lot more with this one. Wait. You remember a pic you did in 2023? You was proud of it. Now looking at them, they all look really creepy. They all look really creepy? I don't know. Does it mean that you draw it with love so they start to stare at you? Yeah. I don't know if you're asking me this question, but I just draw with the intent of making it look correct, accurate, and appealing. But I don't think I nailed that too much. Okay, and this one is from June. This is pretty okay. I think I was using a different brush at the time. I was just taking it easy on this one. Face looks significantly better than before. I think I could have done the glasses a bit better so that sits on her face accurately. But the face has drastically improved. The hair is a bit okay. It's not as voluminous as it should be. But I think I was hyper fixated on the face being accurate. And overall, I think this is pretty okay. Alright. So we're getting into my... This is still in February, I believe. Hold on, I want to keep track of my stuff just to make sure that I don't skip October, because I want to make sure I have all my stuff aligned here. Let me just look at my folder here. Yes. Okay, good. It's giving how to draw manga. Sheesh. So you realize what you need to fix. You care after all. Yeah, of course. Of course I care. That's how you improve. You have to take a look at what you've done so far and make it better, essentially. You think about buying a tiny microphone. Why? So you can let your voices more there in a vocal recording. Is this a good idea? I mean... If it's for language learning, then yes. I don't know for any other purposes that you want to use that for. Excuse me. Okay. So this is Bailiff. She's a character from Eversoul. I used to play Eversoul and then I quit because I felt the game was just getting too boring. I drew her just on a whim because I thought that she was cute. I captured her design very well, except her face just doesn't look right to me. It's definitely slanting this way now that I'm taking a look at it. Her entire face should have been corrected. It should have been rotated a little bit. But everything else looks good except the face. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think I've captured all the laces and the ribbons as accurately as possible. Wait. This is from March. This is Hedgecat's OC that I want to draw. Because I believe she is a fox woman who became a maid. I didn't want to draw like below her collarbone. Because this was just an exercise in head portrait. Overall, I think I could have added a little bit more volume to her hair, even though it's pulled back into a bun. The ears turned out very well. The face actually turned out pretty well. And the glasses sit on her face also rather well. So I think this is a bit of a win. Just the hair is just lacking in a bit of volume. Everything else is proportional. Then this is where I start with the Arknights art. This is also in March. This is Warfarin. I think I made that eye... Hold on, I'll point it out. I made this eye too small. Even though it's rotating away from us. Well, if I were to draw a curve here, it's sort of aligned, but it's not quite straight. I think. You make her hair longer and fuller. Yeah. Yes, that's the thing, yeah. I think her collar is more accurate. Well, I say collar, but it's actually her hood. Her hood looks accurate, ears accurate, everything else is fine. Face needs work. I think I remember choosing Warfaren specifically because she was a simple designed character. So I thought it'd be easy to like hop into that with her. And then here comes Suitor. I drew this as more of a bust than a head portrait. This turned out okay, except the bust part did not. This was too flat. I think I pushed everything up too much. I think her head turned out beautifully, to be honest. This is the part I worked out the most. I definitely like the way this whole portion turned out, because it looks as accurate as possible. But everything below it could have used a lot more attention. We have this one character for a very long time, since 2022. The OC's named Lucas. Damn, agreed. I don't know, my name is Luca, but yeah, anyways. That's... Sorry, that's not very creative of you. Whenever I make OCs, they're never my name of any type. They'll always be like some made up fictional name. Or some name that I combined like two meanings to, which are basically most names if you think about it. Most fictional names, I should say. Let's move on. Ooh. This is not dated properly. No, this is dated probably. This is from early March. This is another character from Eversoul. Her name is Vivian. I really like this character. Mostly because she's like one of the few people who wears glasses like I do. But I really liked the way her hat came out and her hair came out. I really liked the overall how this turned out. I think I gave her a lot of attention when I drew her. I should have vignette her arm a bit more better. Just cut this out. I mean, not cut it out. Close this line here so it makes more sense. The only part I would say is that I messed up this part here. It doesn't quite make sense on this side. Or this side. It doesn't look quite even. I think that's the only mistake I've spotted so far. Also, I believe I tilted her head a little bit strangely. But I think it's overall okay. Okay, on to Muelsis. Mumu. She is the only elf in Arknights. I think this is kind of bad. I think this picture is kind of bad. Her hair is too flat, both in the front and overall. Facial expression is kind of cute. This is too small. Her shoulders were way too small for her head. There's not enough shoulder here. At some point, Lucas became a vengeful ghost in a school in a modern one. Oh well. Your name ain't Luca. Actually, lol, so who cares? Okay. To be honest, that OC is very versatile. You have 3 stories working with the same character, but in many roles. Okay. I prefer to have one character doing one role. Kinda bad for me. This looks fine. I'm judging this based off of my current skill, and I can see a lot of mistakes here. I know you say it looks fine, but to someone with more an advanced knowledge of art, there's a lot of problems with this. There's this. I'm just saying her body just looks too small, especially for her head. And yeah, like I said before, her hair is lacking in volume. Okay, we're moving on to Thorns. This is from March as well. Is it the same week? Yes, this is the same week. I didn't capture the pose I wanted to do with thorns. I wanted to make him look like he was looking down at you, but it didn't work out. Also, his head is not quite what I wanted to work out as well. Thorns has a lot more thicker hair, despite it being short. And I don't think I captured that well either. Also, I definitely screwed up his braid here. This could have done a lot. This could have gone a little bit better. And I think his eyes are a bit too high. They could have been a bit lower. Everything else is kind of fine. This part is kind of fine. But this part here, I think I could have done a bit more. This is also another OC that belongs to Hedgecat. Her name is Buddy. Pixie question mark? I don't know if she has actual Pixie, but technically she's supposed to be a chibi character, but I made her proportional just for the sake of study. I think this is okay. Maybe her collar is a bit too high. But overall, she turned out pretty fine. I probably should have done a bit more with her wing here. But she has these weird bubble-like butterfly wings. So there's not much I can do there. This is another OC that belongs to Hedgecat. I'm actually rather satisfied with this. If there's one thing I would change, it would be her trapezius. They're not as big. But overall, I just like the way this turned out. Yeah. I like the way this turned out. Just saying, I think I was in a high concentration mode here. Maybe I overdid it with the stray hairs, but I don't know. I kind of like the way this looked. Excuse me. Why are they big? Well, that's the character that he drew. Sorry, I had to go back to answer your question because I wasn't sure what you meant. That's just how Hedgecat draws his ladies. He draws them rather large. Yeah. The thing is, the way he does it, it's way bigger than I would draw them. So I just kind of, in comparison, the way I draw his is actually smaller. So take that with what you will. Moving on. Here is Executor. Executor Alter. So this would be Executor the Exodore. And you can't see. Everyone has their preferences. Yeah, exactly. This is me practicing a profile. While I do like this side of the face, I don't like this side of the face. Also, I felt like I could have done a lot more with here. This is looking a bit strange to me now that I think about it. This is okay. I don't think there's much I can do there. I think it's missing a little bit of detail from his clothes because this is mostly scarf and this is mostly collar. Also, I forgot to erase a line here. I shall judge without judging. We're on to... Hold on. Yeah, okay, so we're in April. Again. We're back in April. Here is... Holder. I think this was beautiful. This is just beautiful, basically. I can see some parts I failed to erase, which was up here. But this turned out perfect. He really does looks like the character I'm thinking about. Guts from Berserk? Yes. I think that was he was modeled after Guts, but he's actually like intelligent. But I just love the way his ponytail came out mostly, and his hair. The face is like perfect. I think this was a winner in that month. This was the best. I would say this was the best of the month. Yeah. How do we turn down the notification sounds? Notification sounds. Um, where? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Hodor is a man. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I think you meant Executor. Executor is a man. He's a man too. Hodor is a male. You can see I gave him a beard. You started to build your mud house. You finally have a home, and now you don't need to sleep in the bush. Hi, Mike. You're actually not late. Here we have... Ooh, I think I have 2 copies of this person. Okay, so this is Logos. Logos can be mistaken for female, but Logos is a man as well. I think this is okay. I could have done a lot more with his eye over here. Once again, I keep forgetting to erase some spots. The spot here I missed right here. And I think up here as well. I do like this pose. I do like the fact that he's looking back at you. But I kind of screwed up his eye right here. I think they are aligned. But this one, it looks a bit too small. This should be moved. This should be a bit bigger. What? It looks nice, thank you. Did a good job capturing the Bushin vibes of Logos. Yeah. Like the whole face turn up. Pretty good, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. I think the next one's kind of bad. So here is Gnosis. I wasn't quite sure what I was trying to capture here with Gnosis. I forget what kind of pose I was trying to do. I think I was trying to get him to lean forward, but it didn't quite work. I didn't quite nail this. I think his face looks a little bit flat to me. I'll zoom in a bit. His face looks a little bit too flat to me. His hair turned out pretty well, especially with the accent colors. But overall, this could have been a bit better. His necklace is okay. His neck is okay as well. But I feel like this was a bit of a miss. Just a little bit of a miss. I'm not going to be that harsh of a critic of myself. But I could have done this a bit better. Here we have Virtuosa. Well, Virtuosa is a pretty simplistic girl. Nice straight hair, cunning eyes, stuff like that. I do like the way this turned out. Excuse me. I think I could have made better use of the space on the canvas. Why does she look like she's playing another Warcraft? Because that's the way that she is. I could have made her a bit smaller. I think that's my only thing. I should have made her portrait a bit smaller so I can vignette her body a bit better. I want her to fit better on the page. Also, I thought I messed up her crown, but not her crown, excuse me, her halo. I thought I messed up her halo, but it seems pretty alright to me. Okay, so While this turned out fairly well, here's Viviana. I was using a symmetry tool, and the symmetry tool didn't quite nail her antlers. Excuse me. Everything else turned out well. I think I should have made her ears a bit bigger, and her oh gosh, I should have made this protective armor piece a bit bigger. But I do like the way her face turned out and her hair turned out. But the horns, it could have been a bit better. Here's one you meant. I wonder if it's too late to change the latency here. It probably is. Because I have you on low latency. I should have made it on ultra low since I'm just talking with you guys, not really drawing today. She does look peaceful. That was the mood I was trying to get, because she seems like a really laid back person. Not so much that she's not serious, it's just that she has a peaceful aura about her. And here we're up to May now. Oh wow. Yeah, we're up to May. So here is Lessing. Once again, I should have made the head smaller so that I can fit his antlers. Antlers? Yes. Well, his horns in. Overall, I love the way his hair turned out. His face turned out very well. That's definitely his expression. His collar turned out perfect. Ears are fine. Just, once again, the shape of the... Not the shape. The size of the head should have been shrunken down to fit his horns. His horns are very long and they curl in on itself. Do I know an app thingy on PC to record your voice? I don't, because I don't record my voice on my PC. I have no recommendations. Sorry about that. Wait. Yeah, you're gonna have to make a general search. Like, you want to search, I guess, voice recorder for PC. Or what Lucas says, sound recorder on PC, free app you can use. Okay. Microphones are expensive for you. Yeah, you... Okay. Even the tiny ones? The tiny wireless ones? That would be insane if that was the case. Excuse me. Need more water. Okay, so we're up to baseline. I think this is what I was trying to do. I believe they're called cowboy shots. You think you made the lady you were drawing a bit too masculine? Yeah, you have to be careful with that. If you actually wanted a good mic, then yeah, 20 euros is pretty expensive. What? 20 euros is... Ooh. Oh, for a teenager. Actually, in comparison to 20 euros, my microphone I use for my PC is cheaper than that. So yeah, you would have a point there. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because my microphone is called Fifine. Fifine. It's the... I got a cheap microphone because I wasn't sure if I was going to hard commit to this whole streaming business, so even if I did, at least I didn't spend too much. So when it comes to investing things, you should invest a little bit lower first before you think about upgrading. So yeah, finding a cheap microphone would be in your best interest. Just as long as you take good care of it. Don't manhandle it, like throw it around or anything. For me, I have my microphone here on an arm so that it doesn't get banged around. Sorry, I'm just moving the microphone a little bit closer to my face. There we go. Maybe a microphone with, sorry, maybe a headphone with a microphone might work if it's machine. Yes, that's also an option. That would be called a headset. I don't know how good the microphone quality would be. Maybe something that's not Bluetooth. I think Bluetooth would make it a bit more expensive. You'll want a headset that can connect directly to your PC. I'm not sure which one would. I think the gaming ones would be a bit cheaper. Now that I think about it. You might want to get a gaming headset if that's what you're looking for. Headsets are annoying. Oh well. You'll have a 2-in-1. You can listen to the language and then speak it afterwards. So that's a pro. But the con is that headsets are annoying. Okay. How the hell do people wear headsets? I don't know. I wore headsets for a while. After a while, they do become uncomfortable because I do wear glasses. So having that pinching the glasses to my head was very painful for a point. But I can't wear earbuds because that irritates my ear canals. So for me personally, the best headset was an open ear headset. And yeah, glasses king. Yeah, exactly. The open ear does work, but those can also be expensive too. You have to get the ones that athletes use. Yay. Yeah, so you know how it feels that wearing headsets can be really annoying if you wear glasses. But, how was I going with this? Yeah, you still need to, like, invest low. Let's move on to baseline. This is where I was doing cowboy shot. No, not cowboy shot. Cowboy portrait. Cowboy portrait is essentially head to top of the thigh. This was the first one I've done, and I think I really liked the way baseline turned out. I took my time with him because I want to get all the details correct. Wait, what? Low green. Where's green? I don't see green. Oh, there it is. Green briefly. Yeah, you're still there. How about that? Welcome back. Weird I didn't see you there. I'm gonna say I'm like overall satisfied with this picture. You don't call it a headset or not, but it's usually a headset. Oh, you don't know if it's a headset. Well, headset is essentially headphones with the microphone. That's what a headset is. Ooh, I remember this. Yeah. I remember drawing Lynn. I didn't like the way Lynn turned out. But, I was in a poor mood when I started drawing Lynn. So I just scrapped the whole thing and started over. And it turned out better than before, except I still don't like the way Lynn turned out. Because I realized her head is pushed way too far forward. You can see it here. Her head's... There's too much space here, so it looks way too strange. But it's looks pretty alright. I could have done this a bit better. Going on to Chungyu. I should have made this smaller so that I can have space for his horns. Also, I forgot to vignette his collar. That is just to close it off. The eye socket placement is fine. I forgot the the lights of the eyes. I've got the lens flare completely, and I colored this. Also, I realized his eye's a little bit crooked. Yeah, it's a little bit crooked. Interesting. Overall, it's a pretty good head portrait. I just forgot some things and it needs a little bit correcting in some spots. Oh yeah, I remember drawing Ray. This was kind of popular in my shorts. She was also popular on my Twitter for a bit. She turned out pretty well. I have no issues with this. Maybe my one issue would be with this headlight she has here. I think drawing that was a pain in the butt to begin with, because I realized it wasn't big enough. And I'm just like, you know what, whatever. I drew it. I think this was the hardest part of drawing her headlight here. But overall, I like the way she turned out. Here's another cowboy shot. This is Exu. This is her KFC collaboration skin. I think this is a bit too stiff in some places, especially her arms and her hands. I could have done a bit more with her torso, because I feel like I over-designed her hair. To be honest, I don't have this skin because I don't like the way her face looks in the chibi. They made her face sprite look very strange. I know this is a character who hides one eye behind her hair, but they didn't fix the spacing when they did that. You don't like KFC? It's okay, I don't like KFC either. I think KFC is kind of bad. Also, ever since I got my braces, I don't like breaded chicken at all. At all. I don't like breaded chicken, so I don't like KFC and I don't like Popeyes. Mostly because, fun fact, I got my braces back during the lockdown. And during that time, I had 2 teeth removed, so my gums were exposed for a very long time. And I got this stupid idea to try to eat Popeyes. And I crunched down on it, and that sharp, breaded chicken just stabbed the heck out of my gums. And I was just like, never again. I'm not eating this ever again. Oh, really? KFC isn't halal? But it is halal in those countries, aren't they? Roasted chicken, then. Well, we don't go there. Never had roasted chicken, and I don't want it. I just don't want to eat sharp foods that hurt my gums. Even though my teeth are perfect right now. They're fine. Just the idea of eating it is just gonna hurt. It's just gonna evoke that pain trigger in my head. So, never again. I see. So we're moving on to, how about baked chicken? Baked chicken's fine. It's not, as long as it's not covered in some this really thick breaded crust. So even McDonald's chicken nuggets, I can tolerate that, because let's face it, McDonald's chicken nuggets are not very, they're not overly crispy. They're like that soft crisp that's easy to chew. So that would be chicken that's in flour. Just chicken and bread is just something I can't do. Flour is fine. Bread, no. Okay. I'm getting distracted by McDonald's. Isn't halal? It's okay. I don't eat McDonald's anymore. I don't eat a lot of fast food things just because, one, that they don't taste that great, and two, I always feel sick after having it. So it's like, not only just sick, I feel hungry after eating it, and I know that those foods have a lot of calories. So I feel like that was just a waste of time and money just eating at fast food joints. You know what? You probably have a good point on that most American fast foods are definitely not halal, which is fine. Oh, I'm not Muslim. People here love fast food, which is honestly weird. I think that's weird too. Because it doesn't taste. It's not good quality food. Fast and cheap are never. Fast and cheap are never good. Excuse me. And fast and good are never cheap. That you finished the test in your PE to where your whole class needed to dance. You had to defend our fourth theses. Needed to film a science video and finished a test to where the science subject is all frick. Us formulas? Wow. You don't even know if fast food and halal is halal in Muslim countries. Like, you don't know. Actually, they are. They are made. They have to follow that rule, especially because they're serving the food. So I know that for a fact that it's required in Muslim countries. It is required that fast food be halal. We're talking about food too much, and that's bad because it's making me hungry. I want to go back to Bagpipe here. Bagpipe turned out. Well, her hair turned out beautifully. My main issue here is her stomach and her hips. I think I screwed this part up. I screwed up this part of her drawing. Because this looks too strange to me. I don't think it followed her grip page very well. And I should have made this bend a bit more because she's essentially bending her spine a bit more. But her costume looks pretty cool. I think I captured this pretty well. All those jam-packed in 1 week and knees hurt from drinking too many energy drinks. Too many energy drinks is so bad for you. I mean, that's true, but because hold on. While McDonald's is an American company, they have to follow the food regulations in a different country. And it has to meet their food standards there. So fast foods have to be halal in Syria and Iraq and Iran and in Egypt and in Kuwait, stuff like that. It's a requirement. I am sure of it. It has to be. Otherwise, they cannot do business there. Well, let's move on. Backpack. I'm gonna skip this because this leads to this. Yeah. So here we have a color version of Warfarin. I do like the way her hair is colored. I do like the way her color is colored. I think I nailed that a bit. I could have done a bit better here with the lighting. But yeah, I do. Well, this part actually I don't like this. But the fact that her hair is in shadow. I'm sorry, not her hair. Her face is in shadow perfectly aligns with what I was going for. Oh yeah. Fast food has become really expensive now, hasn't it? It's like pointless to go there because the entire point of fast food was that it was fast and cheap. But it's getting up there with local restaurants, and if anything, you should just go to a local restaurant at that point because at least you'll be getting high quality food. Ooh. Skipping. Well, let's see. The grayscale looked pretty good. I wonder if it translated well. Looks like it did. I realized I had to make a correction to her horn right here. This part of her horn was not thick enough. So I had to fix that in the coloring process, in the painting process, I should say. I do like the way that the colors turned out. They're very bright. Oops, excuse me. As you can see, I added some stray hairs as well. And did I correct something here? I think I corrected something. I think it was the bust, but I just like this part. I'm just gonna like zoom in. This is my best part that I like the most. This is the part of the picture I like the most. Moving on. Oh, we're in July now. Okay. Wow. We're in July where I'm drawing April. April looks okay. I think her eyes look a bit strange. I think I should have foreshortened the eyes a bit, so it looks like she's looking a little bit toward at you. I do like her expression. I feel like her ears could have been a bit longer. Once again, I feel like I made this part too small. Her shoulders and her trap too small. But her headphones turn out pretty well. See you later, Luca. Ooh. Should I compare this? Is this here? Alright, the color version is later on. So, this was, once again, a different brush. I think I was using a flat brush. I definitely like the way this turned out. I definitely was struggling with her. Is this a necklace? I think it's a necklace. I struggled to gain the shape of this correctly. Because this leads into her top. I do like the way this turned out. Sometimes simple is best when it comes to drawing fan art, because you can just add the details later. Let's see. Right, we're up to Zuo-Lei. Lei. 20. Boy. What can I say about this? I believe he needed more hair in the back. He needs more hair back here. I know his hair is short. Because he is is he a lizard or a snake? I don't quite remember. But he needs a bit more hair back here. Even though this is the length of it. The collar turned out fine. I think in terms of plane changes, it could have turned out a bit better. The eyes look a bit uneven, unfortunately. But this is overall an okay... Wait, hold on. I just realized these are barrettes and these are badly placed, as well as this. Yeah, I could have done a bit better with his hair, especially back here. This whole back end here is a little off. Oh, right. This is when I was drawing Scotty. This is a full body. I should have shrunk this a bit more so that her other foot could be in the frame. I think this is okay too. There's too much blank space around here, around her chest. I feel like I could have done a bit more with that and fixing it. But overall, I think she looks pretty alright for a full body. Ooh, this is when I painted a shoe. Yeah. So I wanted to make this weird painterly dreamlike state when it comes to this. Wait, what? How can you not look insane while you're talking to yourself? Easy, make it look like you're thinking. If you look like you're thinking while you're talking to yourself, you gotta furrow your brow, like really hard. Like, you gotta talk to yourself like that, because then people will see that you're talking to yourself, but you're trying to solve a problem in your head. Oh no, the magic 8 ball said sure. Oh, I don't think so. I don't agree with the magic 8 ball. No. This is bad. I kind of like this song. What was I going with this? Oh yeah, I think when it comes to painting this, I should have, these dark royal blues, I should have done a bit better with it. It didn't quite blend well. Also, the shadow of her hair didn't blend well. I should have did a bit more with her brush while painting this. I didn't want to fixing her necklace here because I realized it was too big. Also, I think I changed her eyes to be a bit bigger. Excuse me. This is Shu. Her name is Shu, yes. One of the best healing defenders in Arc Knights next to Saria. So we're moving on to Lumen. I remember drawing Lumen because I was using my phone app. The app was called Head Pose. I actually bought that app. That app was kind of expensive, but it's mine forever, and I'll get free updates with it. And the reason why I wanted to draw from that because the Head Poser is very good. It uses Unreal Engine. So the lighting is beautiful, the shadows are beautiful, and I was able to perfectly encapsulate his head here. So this would be semi-realistic in a sense. You remember the first time you know when you drew Shu? Yeah. I think that I accidentally made Lumen semi-realistic because I was drawing from a realistic head. But I kind of like the way that it turned out. I think if I were to go with semi-realism, I would go with this route. The eyes would just have to be just a smidge bigger for semi-realism. But everything else would be roughly the same. Here I drew Inez. I had to finish this offline, and I do recall that I didn't like the way this turned out at all. I was just not satisfied with the way it turned out. I didn't like the horns, the face, the collar, anything. But this was during the process. Right now, if I had to criticize this constructively, the neck is too long. The expression is okay. That left eye is a bit too small. And the detail in her eye could have been done a lot better, especially since she's a goat, not a demon. So her eyes, her goat eye, should have been reconstructed a bit better. And I think this was around the time I was experimenting with a new style of eye. You can see here, I kind of put some eyelashes here. Because this character was made by Leduc, and Leduc's eye style kind of changed for the new game, Arc Knight's Enfield. So I kind of wanted to put like Enfield eyes on Arc Knight's characters. But I didn't quite hit the way that I wanted to. So I know other people will like this, but I don't. Dharma. Oh, you think you have to go. See you next year. Okay, see you next year, Dharma. Okay, on to Dorothy. Dorothy was... Oh man. I liked Dorothy except her eyes are too small. The face is too small, and I believe the chin here isn't quite what I wanted. I made her face look really wide. And I think that's the problem with her hair, because it just all scoops inward and covers her cheeks. It made her face look a bit wider in that sense. Like, I know that she's in chinchilla, but she doesn't have chipmunk cheeks. So I should have been a bit more careful about that. Ooh, I really like this one. But admittedly, I didn't like making it, but I do like the end result of Bryophyta, excuse me. So I was emulating another artist's style. I believe the artist's name was Gloss. The style was that they take a dominant color and just blend the character into that color. So it's essentially having the character swim in the color. And since the predominant color for Bryophyta was this beautiful shade of green, I thought I'd try to do that. I did kind of nail it with his shirt. However, the eyes could have been a little bit further apart. I think I had trouble with his headband here. This could have been pulled out a bit more to emphasize the tightness of it. I know it looks loose, but when you tie a scarf, it has to be tight at that one point. So in terms of drapery, this could have been a little bit cleaner. But overall, I really did like the way this turned out. This is an August picture. We're still in August. This was also semi-realistic Silver Ash. I really like the way this turned out. He is very fluffy. Of course, being a snow leopard, you kind of have to be. His hair is very voluminous, and I like the way his ears turned out. I thought I was going to mess that up. They do look really soft and really plush. And I like the way his hair piece turned out. His hair accessory, excuse me. One thing I do regret is I forgot to add the lens flare for his eyes. And I regret not cleaning this up a bit in the shading department. Well, that's about it. I really like the way Silver Ash turned out. Which is great because he was my first 6-star, so he should be the best looking ones. Once again, I was trying that character swimming in a dominant color thing with Ella here. And her dominant color was white for her skin. Unfortunately, this doesn't quite work because the hat has cat ears and you can't see that. But you can sense that there is a hat there. And she is wearing what's called a shrug. I think this part here, this white part here, should have been transparent. Because it's part of the top, not part of the shrug. But I do like the way this turned out. In terms of swimming in color, it's fine. Help, you just got reported on Pinterest for being depressed. Being depressed? Oh! Ooh. I think the images you're posting on Pinterest, you've essentially created a mood, which people thought that you may have been depressed. So you have to be wary of the pictures that you add to Pinterest, or the pictures you follow. This is why I kind of abandoned my own account in Pinterest. Like, I got really sick of using that app. Sorry, that website. Even though, like, the stuff I collected was pretty cute and stuff, you know, people are gonna look for the mood that you're trying to capture. Oof. Damn. I should have fixed Iana here. This jaw is sticking out too much. And there's not enough detail in the face here. This was also a simple portrait, and I noticed that. That's why I just basically copied and pasted her head and changed the eye color for her hologram. Because I thought it'd be too basic. She looks like any other generic girl, so I had to do more with it. Also I feel like I just noticed a mistake in her hair. It doesn't curve out, which means that it affects the face. Crap. Next. Still in August, I redrew Thorns because I didn't like the first Thorns. This turned out a lot better. He is looking straight at you, which is fine. The hair is a lot messier, which is essentially Thorns. I was able to draw his earrings on one ear. I just realized I don't have his braid, which is fine. I don't really care for the braid. But the messy spikiness of his hair was definitely what I nailed. And I had to make him face forward in order to do it, which is kind of a shame. Moving on to Horn. Okay, we're approaching September now, so I have to be wary of where I am, because I'm going to hit October in no time. So Horn here turned out very well. This was her... what was this? Lady of the Lake skin. If I had to change one thing about this, it would be the neck. The neck looks way too straight for her head. And I forgot her lens flare again. But overall, I think this turned out very well. Also, I could have drawn this braid a bit better. And there's too many lines in the braid. It's too busy. I could have simplified it a bit more. So those are my 2 points of criticism for that one. Oh, this is another semi-realism take for Passenger. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like this. I feel like his eyes are too small. I feel as if his I didn't give him enough forehead, that's for sure. So that's why I don't like this. He doesn't have enough head space at the top. And that's about it. I just don't like the top of his head. His hair turned out fine, but the top of his head, just not good. Not good at all. We're up to Mountain. Mountain, this is still in September. This is basically the very next day after Passenger. Mountain turned out very well, which is surprising because I don't draw furry characters. He was also one of the easiest portraits I've ever drawn. I do regret not giving him, once again, the lens flare. I wonder if I could have done more with Mountain. I think I captured all his stripes fairly well, but they don't seem too accurate to me. I think it was around his jawline that I kind of started messing up his stripes here. His fur, I guess. I just realized that this is just a straight, which that's not correct if you were to look at, you know, actual tiger stripes. But I do like the way that Mountain turned out. I was about to say Tony, but no. That would be his name. How do you even get reported on Pinterest? It's when you think about Pinterest, it's like a website dedicated to what artists like to call a mood board. And a mood board is essentially a collection of pictures that creates a mood. So if you have a happy mood, you have a lot of bright, smiling pictures, cute things. If you have a sad mood, it would be a lot of imagery of darkness, empty spaces, empty liminal spaces. Maybe visions of I'm gonna say morbid. I don't want to say the other word. Morbid imagery, graphic imagery, and then that would make it seem like a reportable offense. Especially if people think that this type of imagery will lead to self-harm. That's how you might get. No, that's what I'm just saying. Like, it's just a mood board. What if dark places make you happy? That's the thing. Like, you don't know. You don't know about that exactly. Painter makes a good point. What if dark spaces make you happy? The thing is, it's a community thing, so that people are using their best judgment on your account and are reporting you because they think your mood board essentially is bad. Oh, right. This is Saga. This is from when I gained 100 subscribers. I remember drawing Saga. Saga turned out really well. I liked the way she drew. If anything, I would change her eyes just a little bit. Just a little bit. Everything else turned out very well. Ooh, I see an error here. I think I edited this and didn't quite correct it. I think if you guys were around during that stream, this was my 100 subscriber stream. And I think I had a celebration after that. But I don't think did I have anything after that? I don't remember. Sorry. September. Ooh. So this is Grace from Zenla Zone Zero. I was using a pose I found from, I think it was Azure Lane. Was it Azure Lane? No. Yes, it was. The woman was sitting. But I didn't like her attire, so I wanted to use the pose. I think the pose turned out okay here for Grace. I think her head is a bit too far forward here. And her goggles are incorrect. But overall, this is fine. Grace looks fine. I forgot to add her other leg. The thing is, the pose has the woman sitting with one foot on top of the upper bar of the stool, and the other leg is towards the ground. But I couldn't quite see much on that. I forgot to just draw this part, but because I thought this was like the bottom of the screen, it didn't matter. Oh well. Well, I need to stop myself before I get too far. Okay, so we're going to enter into October. And if you folks were around, you know what that is. Unfortunately, this is going to be in a random order. Because I sorted it. Sorted it by date. I grouped it by date. But it's sorted by name. But it's not going to be day 1 because I didn't name it that way. So this is going to be in alphabetical order. So this was my Halloween challenge. Basically a costume every day for my avatar. And I would... Yeah, every day. Even on days I wasn't around. Because I didn't want to miss any day. So here is my angel avatar. Actually, I'm gonna do, because this is my talking avatar, I'm gonna swap between both the talking and the standing. So I'm gonna be doing, yeah, I'm gonna be doing this. That you can see the differences and that I made from each one. So the angel one, I wanted to have her singing because angels do sing. And I think this was seen on one of the streams. I don't quite remember. I wasn't sure if it was quite clear. I was hoping that it was. But I do like the way this turned out. I made the wing glow as well, because it made sense to me. Excuse me, I shouldn't take too long with this. Next is the astronaut. I believe I spooked Dharma with this one because I added an alien to the talking one. Because I thought it'd be funny to add a little bit of space horror to my costume. So that's why there's a little alien right there in my helmet. Next we have Baby Shark. No effects with this one, just talking. And then here's the ballerina. Also no special effects. And we have Batgirl. Oh right, I had to like mask my ears for this one. That's the one. Here is the frog one. The only effect is just the tongue sticking out when I talk. Here's the bumblebee. I wasn't sure if I should have done something with the bee. Oh well. Oh yeah, here's my candy corn one. He's just talking. I think the candy corn one was one of the funnier ones outside of the golden egg. Alright, here's my Charlie Brown one. I actually do like the squiggly hair. It's kind of funny. Here's the clown one. You know what? I just realized that some assets doesn't move with me when I talk. I should have been doing that, but oh well. Cowgirl. That's pretty straightforward. Oh, the dragon one was really good. Yeah. The fire breathing every time I spoke. Oh, and the flame turned out very, very detailed now that I'm looking at it. It looks a little bit smoky, but that's okay. I really did like this dragon one. I think I'm just gonna bring some of these back just as an everyday avatar. Just a random thing. The same with the fairy. You can see she's just casting some fairy dust. Also, her eyes sparkle when she does that. The Gengar one, I should have made this a more of a mascot costume. You know, the ones that they wear in Japan, like as accurate to the character as possible. Because I think that would have been much more aesthetically pleasing for Gengar. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I made one for the Pikachu one. And that one looks great. But Gengar, not so much. So I should have gone that way. But I was a bit afraid that I would just straight up just look like Gengar instead of just, you know, my bunny girl holding the stylus. Oh look, it's the golden egg again. I remember Alanov saying that my other hand should be down because it would not reach the stylus, which was a good idea in hindsight. A very good idea. I really like seeing this golden egg. So, fun fact, when I put this costume into the randomizer, I was initially just going to be a regular egg, But being that eggs are just, well, eggs here in America used to be white, predominantly white, but now you can find brown eggs here. I didn't want to be predominantly white egg or predominantly brown egg. I wanted to be a special egg because it's a costume. So I chose a golden egg because golden eggs are special, obviously. So, also golden eggs look perfect because I feel, oh, this is my opinion, I feel that eggs are really aesthetically pleasing to the eye because of how smooth they are, how perfectly round they are. So I wanted to invoke that with the golden egg costume. Oh, look, it's Granny. Remember this? Remember Granny costume? Everybody really loved this one, especially when I was drawing it. They really liked the wig mostly. They kept calling me Granny Sarah. I really like the way this turned out. Especially the wrinkles. They're very funny. Ooh, I remember the ice cream cone costume. I should have done this better. I'm gonna be real with you. I should have done this better. I should have made the ice cream part the place where my face should go, and the cone should be where my body should have went. But I was being a bit ambitious because I wanted a realistic ice cream cone, but I should have just made a chibi ice cream cone. It would have been much more, I think it would have been funnier to have like this tiny cone filled with this giant scoop of ice cream. And I remember you guys were talking about pistachio ice cream, like what flavor this ice cream cone should have been, and we chose pistachio. By the way, you guys were right, pistachio ice cream is delicious. I do want to buy it again once I run out of ice cream. I only buy new ice cream once I run out of the old. So I'm going to pick up another cup of, no, not a cup, a pint of pistachio ice cream next time I get the chance. Oh yeah, I also made a drip. I forgot I made a drip every time I spoke. Oh! I really like this one, the jack-o'-lantern one. Everybody also liked this one. Especially the way it glowed every time I spoke. It made the most sense to have it glow. I really like the glow effect. I really like the way it turned out. And pumpkin. Ooh. You never listened to us. I did listen to you guys. At least about the ice cream. Here it was my lemon head costume. I remember this was being one of the... This was the very last costume of the month. I made this one extra special. This costume is unacceptable. So... Excuse me. One of the reasons why I chose lemon head, a candy I never ate at all, was because the mascot's head was very funny, and I liked the little bow tie it had and a little scuff of hair on its head. So I thought it'd be funny to be another piece of candy on this character's head. And I also thought it would be funny for her to be holding the box of lemon head. The game that you're playing is saying that I should take a break. What does that mean? It means we should take a break. It's essentially it's essentially saying you've been playing too long and you should take a break. Playing games for too long is bad for your eyes and it's bad for your sleep cycle. That's what it's saying. Like, don't blame us when your health declines, basically. Ooh, it's the mermaid. I really like the mermaid. You guys also like the mermaid. I like the way she splashes her fin about. I'm also going to use this again as a whatever costume. You know what? I'm going to use the mermaid one when summer comes again. That's what I'm going to use it for. No, not summer. May. I believe May has a theme. May. Mermay. So that's also another art challenge. Throughout the month of May, artists would draw mermaids of varying types. And I kind of want to do that too. So I have to remember though, when May comes, to draw mermaids. The mermaid challenge. Oh, here's my nun costume. You know what? I should have made her hold a Bible, but I think that would have been a little bit too on the nose. But yeah, she turned out well. Very simplistic costume. Oh, and here's the nurse. I also like the nurse one. Mostly because I have her hold a pill, just like Dr. Mario. I like the way it's turned out overall, because it's just a common nurse dress. Nothing too special about it. Ooh, you guys really like the penguin. I remember this one. You guys really like the penguin, how cute it is. It is very cute. It is a very cute costume. It does look a little weird that it's half penguin, half rabbit, but making your own creatures like this is basically half the fun of drawing anything. I do like Pengu. Pengu. Why did I say Pengu? I do like Penguin. Sarah, she's very cute. I kind of want to bring this back in the year, just not sure when. I have to think about it. Ooh! Here's Pikachu. See, this is what I mean. Like, the Gengar one was eh. The Pikachu one was great. Especially because of the lightning effect that's on his cheek. I had this for a bit before I changed it. Even though Pikachu's not my favorite Pokemon, I still like the way this turned out. Oh, you guys also like the puppy one. I remember that one. The puppy one is very cute. Oops. I really like the way the ears turned out. They kind of look like red, which is fine. But my one fear is that because it's a puppy, people are not going to see the bun. Oh, right. My Red Riding Hood costume. I think this would be a good autumn costume. Just in general. I could use this costume in November. Because I do plan on doing another Halloween challenge next year. But I'll be drawing not my avatar costumes. I'll be drawing just different monsters. Since I do recall Artificial Anime Universe says that I should draw... Well, not should draw. I kind of like recommended I draw something monstrous. Which would be a good challenge because that's not really something that I do. You know, I realize that the things I don't draw, I wind up turning out well. Which is an interesting aspect of me. Like, I don't draw furries, but my mountain turned out well. I don't draw monsters yet. When I did, back then, it turned out well. So, maybe it just forces me to, like, concentrate more on those type of things. Whoa. So, with, Red Riding Hood, I'll make this, an autumn costume for November. Ooh, it's the Shrek one! Oh gosh, it's the Shrek one. People really like this one. They like the gassiness of it. That was the best part of it. Yeah, this was Luca's favorite. While this wasn't my favorite, drawing this was pretty funny. I can't believe how proportional the head was. Granted, it's not quite, his head is not quite that, but the eyes and the nose and the mouth turn out very well. The teeth turn out well, the ears turn out well. And this is just me starting from the mouth up. I usually, when I draw heads, I start from the top of the head to the bottom of the head. But working backwards during this was pretty interesting. It was something I should do more often, just as a means of testing my knowledge. Okay, I'm going to take a small break. I'll be right back.